So welcome to my review of the Noma Oscillating Ceramic Tower Heater. This unit stands about 29 inches tall, and you can find it at your local Canadian Tire retailing for $124.99 right now. The unit is suitable for medium-sized rooms, and that means that basically 100 to 250 square feet. I tested the unit out in a roughly about 120 square foot room in my basement here. Which is, a typical application where you're going to want to use maybe a heater to provide just some additional comfort in areas where, your normal forced draft furnace is going to have a little bit more difficulty in maintaining a nice constant temperature. So let's take a look at the unit itself, which I have right here. Let's start off with some of the positive things I really like about this unit. So first off, it is a very attractive unit. So, you could put this in your living room or in other rooms, and it'll look, something that you're comfortable with having there. I really like the handle on the top. So you can see, this is my hand here. It's easy to grip. It's very light. So certainly easy to pick up, maneuver, place where you need it. I really like that feature. The other thing too, which I like too, is on the back, and hopefully you can see this, you'll see here a couple of features. One is they do have an on and off button here, which is really good because they've anticipated that you're going to put it in a room where maybe you have to really run the cord around furniture or underneath furniture, and there are times maybe you do want to turn off the unit, and you can do it just by simply, pushing the button here rather than unplugging it from the wall. The other thing I like about this is, and you don't see this on a lot of similar units, as you can see right here, this is where the air intake comes into the unit, and you can actually remove this panel really easy. So I just did that with one hand, and that screen pops off and allows you to easily clean it. And when it moves as much air as it moves, and I have, of course, a couple of dogs, a couple of cats, some guinea pigs too, it's going to get clogged with hair and so forth, and so it makes it a lot easier to clean. And you can see there I just snapped it in with one hand. It comes in on really easy, comes off really easy. Really good product. The other thing I like too, and we'll look at the control piece here. So if I turn it on here, you can see that the temperature readout is very big. It's easy to read. But not distracting either, right? So it's not too bright. It's a good interface. And you can hear it running right now. And actually that is, it's basically on its slow heat mode. And you can see that because right by the temperature piece, up in the top left-hand corner, this little icon says that it's at a low heat setting. Now this unit actually is capable of doing 2 heat zones. So if I want to increase the heat output, I can touch this button here, and you can see that it's now moved down to a higher heat output, but the fan setting stays the same, so that's really nice. It does oscillate too, so right now it's in fixed mode. I can oscillate it by easily pushing this button, and as you can see, I'm not really pushing hard on the buttons. They're very responsive, which I really enjoy. So, and this unit now is going to slowly move. It doesn't move very fast, as you can see. I like the fact that at the 29-inch height, if you're sitting at your work desk and you're using this fan to keep you warm, or the heater to keep you warm, you're going to get nice, constant, warm air pushing against you. All right. Very easy to change the heat setting, so if I want to, I can just push the temperature button here. You can see I have it on 28. It's very hot. That is just to make the video here, but you can see I can easily adjust it, and it'll go back. Some other features of this unit, it does have a setting where if I push this button again here, it'll just turn it on fan mode, which is no longer going to heat, but it'll still circulate air in your area, and you might find that useful at times. Last button I haven't showed you is this little timer button, and what this does is you can actually set it for how long you want, how many hours you want the unit to stay on before it will shut itself off. Okay. So, some things that, you know, I don't quite like about the unit, but is not something that I would think that is really going to deter me from buying it. You'll see, you know, if I push the unit top, it wobbles quite a bit. And so that can make it a little uncomfortable as you're trying to adjust the buttons here. The other thing that, you know, I'm not so fond of is, you know, the timer is good in the sense that it's an on-off type of timer, but really, ultimately, what I would like to get in a unit like this is to be more like your furnace thermostat. So I would like to be able to, in a room like this, be able to set it, have it maintain at 22 degrees, for instance, during the day, and at night, I would really like it to be able to say, hey, you know what? I want the set point at 18 degrees and maintain it at that temperature. Come on in the morning at 6 o'clock, warm up the space to the 22 desired temperature. Other things. It does come with a remote, so let's take a look at that. So the unit does come with a remote here, and as you can see, it really has the same buttons and functionality that you'll see on the front panel of the unit, except for the fact that while you use the minus and the plus buttons here to adjust your set temperature and as well as the hours, this one has a touch sensitive dial here, which you can kind of dial back, or you can dial forward the temperature and the hours. The only thing I would say about the remote is that the buttons on the remote are not nearly as responsive as the unit itself, and so I find that you really have to sometimes push hard and really get it to go. See, I'm trying to get it to do the temperature, and I'm having a hard time doing that. So the other thing too is this dial here. You know, I would rather have it adjust on the minus and the plus thing, because for the most part you're not dialing the temperature way up high or dialing it down way low. So, you know, really the minus plus would have been suitable, and just because of the touch sensitivity on this unit, I would say it would have been a better choice to go. But, you know what, not a deal breaker for the machine. I think overall it works pretty good. I would definitely recommend purchasing this if you're in a need for an area in that 100 to 250 square foot space where you need some heat and you want to make that room more comfortable to work in. Thanks, that's my review.